Hey guys, I'm Papa Pete, and today I just wanted to stop on and make a special video, a tribute video, to celebrate the 20th birthday of the Sega Dreamcast. The Dreamcast holds a special place in my heart. It's a system that I got not too long after it came out. It was probably 4 or 5 months. Mama C took a trip up to New Brunswick one time. She had to go away for work or whatever. She was gone overnight. And she said, I'm going to pick up a present. And when she came back that day, this was probably early 2000, she brought me a special edition Dreamcast with the limited edition Great Sega Hits CD or game. And there it is right there. I still got the original box as well as the game here. It's absolutely great to have the system. My system's still sitting right there, all hooked up. I play it every once in a while. The Volume 1, there never was a Volume 2. Actually, this is a third of the Smash Packs for Sega, but the other two were on PC. This is the only one that ever came out for the Dreamcast. And it had old Genesis games on it. It had Sonic the Hedgehog, Golden Axe, Shining Force, Streets of Rage 2, Wrestle War, Columns, Virtual Cop, Phantasy Star 2, Vector Man, Altered Beast, Sega Swirl, and Revenge of Shinobi. It was a great game, and the only way you could get it was by getting this special package. So it was really neat. It's almost like I recently picked up a Genesis Classics for the PS4, and this is like the original one that came out for the Dreamcast. When the Dreamcast came out on September 9th, 1999, it was the first of its generation. Sega was jumping the gun, getting well ahead of Sony and Microsoft. And man, it was just such an amazing system with incredible graphics for its age. We all know what happened later on. This ended up being the last console that Sega released, but still at that time, and it wasn't appreciated that much when the PlayStation 2 came out, then once the Xbox came out. But I think it's gaining more and more appreciation as time goes by because the games for it really were excellent. And a lot of them ended up moving on to the Xbox when Sega stopped making their own consoles. Anyway, I did get a bunch of really great games for it as well, so I'm just going to share a few of those with you. First of all, there were a lot of really kind of neat different discs released for the Dreamcast back in the day. Demo discs, for example, like they had the Dreamcast Generator Volume, this is Volume 2, and Volume 1 that had samples of different games. And then the official Sega Dreamcast magazine, I could have swore I had all the discs, but all I can find now is, this is Volume 8, 9, 10, and 11, and you could buy the Sega magazine, which I think I sold all my magazines on eBay back 10 years ago, but I kept these because I really wanted to keep the actual games for the system. It let you play the different games, like this one was Shenmue, and just all the different games were on these discs, so I'll let you try them out before you buy them. You couldn't download them at that time as easily, but anyway, it was a great thing to have, and I'm really glad I still have those today. I wish I had the rest of them. Also had Hydro Thunder, which is a great racing game, boat racing game. There's Omnicrom, the Nomad Soul, and that was kind of neat because it had David Bowie music and David Bowie's likeness in the game. Fighting game, Virtual Fighter 3TB. I never really quite understood that too much, but anyway, Virtual Fighter, great game. I picked it up when I had the opportunity. All-time classic. You can't have a Dreamcast without having Sonic Adventures. I don't have Sonic Adventures 2, but I do have the original Sega All-Stars copy of Sonic Adventures, and it's just a great game. A lot of fun to play. Here's a game I talked about in my last pickup video, actually. I picked up a copy of a different Worms game. I think it was Forts Under Siege for the Xbox, part of my Xbox collection. And I said how I had another Worms game, and it was Armageddon for the Dreamcast. I still remember picking this up, actually, over at Ames, which doesn't exist anymore. And I got a really good deal on it, and that is a lot of fun for two people to play. Just a great game. You know I love my sports games, so being from Canada, I had to have NHL 2K, a hockey game. Is it a great hockey game? No, they got a lot better as time went on, but still for the day and age and the graphics in it, it was really good. So same with the football game, NFL 2K. It was excellent. Graphically, was the gameplay great? It was okay. It was improving all the time, but as they got more and more graphically improved, it became more and more difficult to actually make the gameplay keep up with the graphics. So this is a little interesting, but one game that did really work well was basketball. I'm not a big basketball fan to watch basketball, but NBA 2K and the NBA games, or all the basketball games this day and age, I really love playing basketball games on consoles. They're great. They're a lot of fun. Now, wrestling, graphically, these were great wrestling games. We have WWF Royal Rumble, which looked beautiful, and ECW Hardcore Revolution, which is just memories of ECW in and of itself. I love having that game. Are they the greatest gameplay in the world? No, the PlayStation 2 did a lot better with the SmackDown series, even the PlayStation 1, frankly, with the SmackDown series. But, man, they're still great wrestling games to have, and at the time, the graphics were phenomenal. Now here's a little game that I picked up called Space Channel 5, which is just like a music game, rhythm game, and I remember picking it up on eBay a few years ago, and I really do enjoy it. As silly as it is, it's kind of addicting, and it's a lot of fun to play. If you haven't played it, check out some videos, try it out, it is fun. Now this one, Star Wars Racer, that was released on a ton of different systems. I think it was ported to absolutely every console, every handheld going, and PC. I had it for the PC too, I think, and all the different consoles that I own. But it really is a fun game. For all it was, The Phantom Menace for a movie, I did enjoy the movie because I wanted to watch Star Wars so much back at the time. I really did like it, even though, no, it doesn't hold up. But how could it live up to what the originals? How could it really live up to them? Anyway, great game. A lot of fun to play, and the graphics on this one for the Dreamcast are excellent. Here's a game that's really unusual. Seaman. Man, this is such a unique style of gameplay. It's almost like a Tamagotchi, you know, where you're trying to raise a creature like sea monkeys, you know. I don't know how to really explain it to you any better, but I recommend very much that you watch the AVGN episode that's on this game, because not only is the episode a lot of fun, it's really humorous, really funny itself, but he does do a good job of explaining the game and showing you a lot of things in it. Very interesting. I picked this up quite a while ago, and man, it's worth a lot more than what I paid for it nowadays. This one has a microphone and everything. So, Seaman. Last but not least, you can't have a Dreamcast collection without Shenmue. Shenmue is almost an infamous game. There's almost like, it's mythological almost about Shenmue 3 coming out. I mean, it's been talked about for years. 2 was released right at the end of the Dreamcast life, and I think it was actually available in Japan, but it never made it to North America. Well, I'm happy to say I did get a copy of Shenmue, the original one for the Dreamcast, and man, I just, again, so happy to have it in my collection. It's a great adventure game. Really, it was just so unique at the time. It opened up the way for all these open world games that followed it on the different systems as they went on, and it's just phenomenal. It just is phenomenal. Well guys, I just wanted to take a few minutes to wish the Sega Dreamcast a happy 20th birthday, September 9th, 1999. That was a month before 64-bit for Life was even born. Man, yeah, he was born by the time I picked this game up. It was 6 months later, but just such a different day age. It was so phenomenal for the time. Anyway, guys, don't forget to hit like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you next time when I get some more pickups or have another great thing like the Dreamcast to talk about. Take care.
Papa Pete, the old ass gamer. Papa Pete, the old ass gamer. If you haven't grown up,
I'm RGT85. You're watching Papa P, the old guy gamer. My voice is kind of out. We're at too many games. Make sure you subscribe and hit that like button.
what the hell?